Condor geologists discovered the Cacao Deposit when the company first came to Nicaragua in 2006 by following up on a soil anomaly identified on a map dating from the 1980s. The soil anomaly coincided with this ridge. Prospecting and rock chip sampling revealed some quartz veins with moderate grades of up to 6.9 grams per ton gold running along the top of the ridge. Regular spaced trenches mapped out the width and grade of the gold mineralization at surface, revealing a 400-meter long mineralized structure, in some places a single vein, and in some places splitting into 2 or even 3 veins, with overall intercepts of up to 7 meters true width at 2.39 grams per ton gold, striking east-west with a near vertical dip. The veins appear to peter out at surface to the west and disappear beneath alluvial cover in the flatter ground to the east. This trenching defined a short, moderate-grade structure at surface, and the first round of shallow drilling beneath the trenches reproduced these results. But deeper drill holes showed some improvements in grade, with the last and deepest hole drilled in 2008 providing the highest grade intercept and encouraging 2.61 meters true width at 34.1 grams per ton gold. It was a hint of things to come and a clear vector pointing the way for future exploration to go. But the Cacao prospect was put on hold for 7 years whilst the company acquired, discovered and defined the La India mine development project only 5 kilometers away. That is until 2015, when it was recognized that the rocks at Cacao have hardly been eroded since the low sulfidation epithermal gold mineralization occurred, probably between 7 and 16 million years ago. Opaline quartz and the presence of spirit-level chalcedonic vug infill textures in outcrop are evidence of hydrothermal activity above the epithermal system, at or just below the original ground surface. And the intense smectite alteration adjacent to the veins seen in the shallower drill holes is also typical of near-surface alteration above the main body of an epithermal deposit. This is not really surprising. The Cacao deposit sits on a major downthrown graben, the Sebaco graben, which has experienced net deposition, as evidenced by locally thick alluvium and colluvial cover, with erosion occurring in the surrounding highlands. It is this geological setting that has preserved the epithermal mineralization intact. The main body, the boiling zone where gold-charged magmatic hydrothermal fluids mixed with cold neutral groundwater, is still sitting, fully preserved, some 150 meters to probably 500 or 600 meters below surface. It was this upper part of the boiling zone that was intercepted in the last drill hole in 2008. Drilling campaigns in 2016, some 700 meters of drilling, and then a further 3,500 meters in 2021 explored deeper. And sure enough, the deepest hole drilled to date has intercepted the best mineralization to date, 14.9 meters true width at 3.94 grams per ton gold, some 250 meters below surface. Perhaps this is the drill hole that has at last discovered the real Cacao underground gold deposit. With a fully preserved deep-seated epithermal gold deposit, the surface expression is likely to be considerably smaller than the main underground ore body. With this in mind, the last drilling campaign included some exploratory holes probing along strike at depths of at least 150 meters below surface. These holes successfully jagged the top of the mineralization, with one drill hole almost 400 meters along strike to the east of the deposit intercepting 0.7 meters true width at 6.64 grams per ton gold, below an area where there was no sign of mineralization at surface. A mineral resource estimate on the exploratory drilling has been completed to see if the near-surface mineralization has any economic potential. The results were positive, showing a mineral endowment of some 100,000 ounces of gold at a grade of 2.7 grams per ton. Cacao could even support a small open pit at the surface of 190,000 tons of ore at 2.4 grams per ton gold for 50,000 ounces of contained gold in the inferred category. It was probably a little premature to estimate a resource at this stage. This prospect is very much in the exploration stage, and a lot more deep drilling into the high-grade boiling zone needs to be done before we get an idea of the true size of the deposit. 1 million or more ounces of gold is a very realistic target if the mineralization continues for 300 or 400 meters deeper and a long strike length of 1 kilometer or more, as would be expected in this type of deposit. And Cacao is not likely to be the only hidden deposit in the area. Cacao sits on a major structure that links several other gold prospects across the Cacao Graben. It could very well be one of a string of hidden, deep-seated epithermal deposits waiting to be discovered, hidden at depth. There are hints of underlying mineralization to be found all along the 4-kilometer-long structure. Low-grade, gold-bearing rock chip samples to the west, and outcrops of narrow veins at Twin Hills and Santa Barbara to the east could be pathfinders for other significant deposits at depth. Even less is known of the parts of the structure covered by alluvium, which has completely buried the surface pathfinder geochemical signatures. The Cacao Deposit is located only 4 kilometers from Condor Gold's fully permitted La India mine project, which has a full bankable feasibility study, environmental permits, land acquisition, and a $6 million mill already in country, ready to start open-pit mining the La India vein and nearby deposits. So the option will be available to fast-track mining at Cacao by processing the ore at the La India mill. Whether Cacao is developed as a standalone operation, or the ore is fed into the La India mill, or even trucked to one of the other processing plants in Nicaragua, it has to be considered one of the most exciting and lowest risk new prospects in the region. Most of the gold deposits that crop out at surface have already been found, and it's a commonly held opinion in the industry that the future of gold exploration lies in looking for buried and deep-seated deposits that do not show at surface. Cacao is an example of just such a deposit, and the geologists at Condor look forward to drilling deeper and revealing what we believe will be at least 1 million-ounce underground gold mine. Thank you for listening. Luke English, resident geologist at La India Project for Condor Gold plc.